Aliens already replied.
From extraterrestrial intelligence.
Back in 1977,
This,
a 72-second signal caught by a radio telescope.
we've never seen anything like it. It was an extremely strong radio signal, right at the frequency of hydrogen, the most abandoned element in the universe.
It's a universal frequency. It's like in total darkness, someone strikes a match.
You're sure you saw the light? But after 72 seconds, the universe went silent again. Darkness closed in, colder than it was before. It's been 48 years. Telescopes keep staring at that spot, waiting for another breath, but received nothing. The silence is terrifying, because statistically, the universe should be loud. In 1950, Enrico Fermi did some math at lunch. The Milky Way has hundreds of billions of stars. It's 13 billion years old, 8 billion years older than the solar system. Even if any of those planets had intelligent life, even if they traveled at 1% the speed of light by the worst spaceship, they'd still have colonized the whole galaxy millions of years ago. But we see nothing. So where are they? That question became the Fermi paradox. It sealed humanity inside a tomb called the Milky Way. Some people felt fear. One man felt unbearable loneliness. His name was Carl Sagan. 1961. Standing at a chalkboard, he wrote the famous Drake equation for calculation. The result showed millions of civilizations in our galaxy. Millions. If he was right, the galaxy should be packed. Eyes should be watching us right now. So why the silence? Sagan refused to just sit with the silence. He wanted to broadcast our location to the universe.
NASA prepared.
1972, Pioneer 10 was about to launch. It's the first human object to leave the solar system. Sagan realized it would drift into interstellar space. What if someone finds it millions of years from now? He teamed up with Frank Drake, designed a plaque, engraved with a naked man and woman and solar system's coordinates. Some called it dirty, some called it desperate. Sagan didn't care. He packed up the evidence of human existence and threw it into the future. 5 years later, Voyager launched. Sagan upgraded the envelope to a golden record that could last a billion years. It contained 55 languages, music, baby crying. He also secretly added a segment of brainwaves. That's his fiancée meditating on her love for him. A hidden pulse from carbon-based life, carved into cold metal, flying into deep space at 11 miles per second. If you could send one thing to prove you existed, what would you send? That record was Sagan's answer. He waited for a reply. What he got was an attack from his colleagues. 1980, Frank Tipler showed the world the von Neumann probe. He said advanced civilizations don't send themselves. They send self-replicating machines, fly to a star, mine resources, make 2 copies, send them to more stars. 1 becomes 2, 2 become 4, 4 become 8. He proved even if these probes crawl in a few million years, they'd cover every inch of the galaxy. That's nothing to the Milky Way. Tipler's conclusion was simple. If any other civilization ever existed, even just one, Earth would be crawling with these machine armies. Is it? No. Only one conclusion. Sagan was wrong. We are absolutely alone. Sagan argued back. Why do you assume civilizations expand forever like bacteria? Don't project human colonialism onto the universe. Maybe advanced civilizations lose interest in expansion. They fought back and forth. No winner. Tipler's logic was airtight, cold, no room for hope. Sagan's logic was fire, burning with nearly desperate faith. Why did Sagan cling so hard to hope? People thought he was just naive. But Sagan knew better than anyone how fragile civilization is. He saw new nuclear mushroom clouds. He knew a high-tech species could erase itself on a random day. To explain the Fermi paradox, some scientists propose the Great Filter. It's an invisible wall in the path of every civilization, which shattered all civilizations. The universe is quiet because most civilizations hid it. Nuclear weapons, super AI, something that kills them. So Sagan fought like hell to believe someone else was out there, because even one faint signal from another civilization would mean self-destruction isn't inevitable. Someone made it past the filter. They survived. He needed them to exist, to give humanity a reason to keep going. 1990, Voyager 1 had been flying for 13 years, 3.7 billion miles from the sun. Sagan did something against the principles of engineering. He convinced NASA to turn the camera back, risk burning out the lens, pointed at home. Take one last picture. The image came back to Earth. There were no grand nebula, no empire. Earth was less than a pixel, a pale dot floating in a beam of scattered sunlight. Sagan looked at that photo, wrote the most tender words of his life. Look at that dot. That's home. Everyone you love, you know, anyone who ever was, lived out their lives there. All the wars and religions that rose and fell, everything happened on a mote of dust suspended in sunbeam. 6 years later, Sagan died. He didn't live to see we've proven there are tens of billions of habitable planets in the Milky Way. More cradles than he imagined. But the universe stayed quieter than he wanted. Today, our coordinates have been out there for almost a century. That 72-second signal has never been explained. The golden record with our heartbeat is over 25.5 billion kilometers miles away, drifting toward its first star, 40,000 years from now. The universe still hasn't replied. That record? It wasn't just a message to aliens. It was a message to ourselves. The silence hasn't been broken, but now there's a voice inside it. Our voice.